vanished. Oi! Take a tag! Over there! There's one of them birdies! Fuck his boss! Fuck his boss! Grenade! Christ! He's dead! Filthy piece of shit! Smells like rotten meat. One near, I know it. Elite!
Uайтчепеле. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow. Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he...
If you've been hurt, I can help you.
Name's Albert.
I found the recruiter you were...
I knew it! I told you I was...
Free? You make...
You're all fancy work.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Do you...
Please.
There you go.
Very funny.
What happened?
Hey, I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did. And it was cow...
Sod off, mister.
It's true. I'm not familiar with it.
I said sod off.
Goodbye.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
What? Shooting a boy in the mid...
What? You saw what happened?
I'm Dr. Reed.
No. Look, I'm not violent.
You don't seem well, Benjamin.
I always feel ill.
I will see... What can you tell me about...
Nothing to say, really.
You don't have anywhere to go?
Not since the death of my wife.
You mean you used to have...
Yeah, I had a wife, a home.
Perhaps you could focus...
I'm sick, broke, and my son.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't...
What is it, Benjamin?
The doctors called me a liar.
Yes.
I'm not ashamed.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure...
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that...
A gun? Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in...
Actually...
Then you have come to the right place.
Oh, really?
Ah, my brother has...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
I don't like to talk about
Competition, you say?
Never.
Tell me,
The region itself is something to see.
is there anyone I should...
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody...
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid.
I'd like to see what...
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet...
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to...
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Uайтчепеле.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Take a look. Don't be afraid. Welcome, sir.
I am Dr. Reed.
Doctor?
Have you heard of a nurse?
Nurse Crane.
Yes, she's a nurse.
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name.
That doesn't explain why...
Your precious Nurse Crane gives...
Right then.
I should never...
Excuse me, sir.
Another journalist?
I'm not a journalist.
A doctor, you say?
Really? But still, here I am.
I'm Joe Peterson's son. But Colot...
Have you heard of a nurse named...
Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know her.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl.
May I ask what you...
I do whatever I want, and so...
According to you,
Not familiar with this, Nate.
this part of town does have quite a reputation.
Totally. Look at me, for instance.
Goodbye. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I'm...
Sorry, no, sir.
Your father is worried about you.
So my father actually worries about me. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
So, may I ask you...
I'm not bothered.
Do you need any...
Yes, I do.
You'll feel better with this.
I'm not sure I'm happy with...
Do you know Nurse...
Yes, I know her. She came here.
How do you feel?
I'm fine.
Speaking of...
My father is an idiot.
Forgive my bluntness, young man.
Why should I?
This place is awful.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry,
If life here is so terrible...
I don't go outside.
So that's why you stay at home all day?
I'm not afraid of disease or death.
Goodbye.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world? Even my dreams are so... Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar?
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon.
I heard you're investigating.
Not much, I'm afraid.
It's confidential.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the
Without a doubt, you are a damn
I don't know much about the man.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have...
If you persist in investigating the...
Thank you, sir.
I still have questions.
I don't know much about the man. He's very cool.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he
Really?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just...
He has no relatives?
No. Except for that strange man.
Where can I find this?
He spends most of his time lurking.
Why are the newspapers?
There's a war going on.
If no one stops it...
Yes. This is...
What is a journalist?
He goes where none of his colleagues would...
That's quite honorable.
Not at all, sir. And
So you risk your life to...
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many...
Have you any idea?
I've had to run and hide more than...
I must confess,
I'll remember to stay away.
Goodbye. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son.
I am Dr.
A scientist.
Do you know Nurse...
I don't like the liberal...
Why do you hate Nurse Crane?
Before coming to London,
So you're not exactly a...
nuns should be the...
Have you any friend?
No,
You sent him on some...
as a true believer.
Where did you send?
I sent Samuel.
What do you mean?
All science.
Quite a judgment.
But you are seeking...
I am. I have heard...
Don't be shy, handsome.
I'm not looking for what...
All right, then.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
I don't know her, but
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick.
Do you need any assistance, ma'am?
It depends on the...
I am shocked that...
Forgive my suspicion.
Christina, have you...
I don't like doctors.
Considering your...
If it is going to happen,
You can put your own...
and you think that would worry me,
Clayton Darby claims...
I believe Clayton's car...
Are you talking for...
I've seen your type come here to...
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about...
Goodbye. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Good evening, miss. I know what you're thinking. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy. A stubborn... I know you understand. Very well.
protection against malevolence and trickery. You are blinded by
touched by grace.
Good evening, sir.
Please be my guest.
Really?
I'm a poet.
Do you need medical attention?
It may be why.
I understand.
The nutrition of...
May I ask you a few...
Extraordinary part of town, is it not?
What can you tell me about an old man?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane.
Dorothy Crane. Oh,
May I ask what you're doing?
Not at all.
But are you not afraid?
Oh, why should I?
If you say so.
Thank you, Doctor.
Are you aware that...
But this is where I must be to...
I understand.
I don't care.
If some misfortune...
Well, you, for a start.
What are your thoughts?
Terrible, you say?
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London?
My mother loved...
Most people fail to
Did you know the
No, I didn't.
Are you not?
That girl.
I fear...
Guilty!
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right.
Don't you see we're on the same side?
I'm nothing like you.
Yes, you are.
I have to admit your words.
It's locked, all right.
If you want to talk...
We've not been formally in...
I am Darius Petr.
Do you need some help?
I am very tired.
Well, I think you do.
Free drugs from an
I know you fought for your country when it was...
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't...
But Romania escaped the grasp of the...
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland...
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea...
You mean occupied Romania, don't you?
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with...
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu?
Who knows?
This war won't last forever.
No. I have taught strength and...
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know my...
It's quite awkward to talk about our...
Goodbye. What here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, We did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Your heart might be in the right place, but you can't carry on with this blackmail. For God's sake, Dorothy, it's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ash?
She's pristine and proper, all right.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible...
It's easy for you to say, Doctor.
So, the end justifies...
I know you're kind, Doctor.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then?
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
Please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barry. There is no protection against malevolence and trickery.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy! There's one of them burning! Burn it, boy! Die, burning! Doesn't like fire, does it? Doesn't like burning, does it? Die, vermin!
Giant morgue disguised
My
as a
blood and
hospital.
soul.
That's Pembroke
They
nowadays.
belong to you now.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
So many deaths. And what of my own life?
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was...
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks.
You killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan.
No need to apologize, my...
The situation is somewhat awkward, nonetheless.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiry.
I see. Please excuse my agitation.
I must confess I have not put an end to the black...
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous...
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan?
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises...
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare...
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the sharp...
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes...
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea?
You mean your maker?
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover...
I've been away from London and England for 3 years.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan.
The Spanish flu has hit London, that...
Yes, but it's not just that.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this...
When I awoke, changed.
Though I can't be certain.
Once glorious, but...
They have seen better days, but all...
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you...
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate...
What do you know about this brother?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampires.
And no one suspected you of...
As you well know, suspicion has
Why did you save me in the canning?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a...
William Bishop wasn't the
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength...
What type of vampire is it?
Not a true vampire. The deformed...
I know this is beyond the pale.
Really? And I thought you would...
Very well. But I believe there is more...
A lady has to have...
And who bestowed upon you this?
My maker. He left this isle.
I don't understand.
That is a question only the one who made you.
So me being a vampire?
I very much doubt it, Jonathan.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire.
The process is dangerous.
A vampire?
Such a crude word, defined by
So we are Ekons.
How to put it? All
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am.
I've been hearing a voice.
Hush. Tell no one this.
How could this cause effect?
Only the powerful immortals can mental...
Excuse my forwardness, but...
Me? Goodness, no.
I bid you... I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
We have some of the most brilliant minds in London, and
Time has lost its effect on me.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scows. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.